This day, during the air raid, the citizens heard explosions in the city of Ternopil in Ternopil region. This was announced by the head of the regional military administration, Volodymyr Trush. More than 20 people, including a child, were injured in the rocket attacks. There was a rocket attack on Ternopil region. 4 missiles hit. Previously, they flew out of the Black Sea. The part of the military facility and 4 5-story buildings are destroyed. There were people in these buildings. No one was killed. There are 22 injured people who were hospitalized. They were provided with medical care. There were 10 ambulances working at this place, which were delivered very quickly. Rescuers dismantled the rubble of buildings. Among the wounded is unfortunately a 12-year-old child. She was stitched. The condition of almost all victims is satisfactory. Some are in hospital, some hospitalized have already returned home from the hospital. Also, there are 7 women among the victims. According to the head of the Ternopil Regional Military Administration, Volodymyr Trush, one of the missiles in Ternopil hit a gas pipeline, causing a gas leak and fire. Therefore, gas supplies to the city were suspended for some time. The current day, the head of the Kharkiv Regional Military Administration, Oleg Sinegubov, said that as a result of the shelling of the region, 3 people were killed and 4 were injured. According to the SCS of Kharkiv region, 11 fires occurred due to shelling by the Russian military. The largest number is in Chuhuiv district of the region. In different communities, there were 7 incidents. The rest are in Kharkiv, Bohoduhiv and Izum districts. As a result of these fires, residential buildings, outbuildings, a warehouse building, and more than 17.5 hectares of ecosystems were burned. The largest fire was in the private sector in the Malo-Danilivka community. They were burning 2 private cottages with a total area of 600 square meters. The head of the Luhansk Regional Military Administration, Serhiy Haidai, said that a woman had died in the city of Lysychansk this day. Another woman and a man with injuries were taken to hospitals in other regions. Also, on June the 11th, the Russians fired again at the Azot plant in Severodonetsk, hitting a transport shop where a fire broke out. According to Haidai, one of the premises of the Severodonetsk Research and Production Association, Severodonetsk Fiberglass, was also damaged.
Запеклі бої тривають.
Fierce fighting continues in Severodonetsk. This is such a fortress in our country, which holds back Russians the 4th month. Unfortunately, Russian troops are destroying house after house, shelling everything they have. That's what they are armed with. Everything is flying to Severodonetsk. The situation in Toshkivka is very difficult, because they are also trying to sell the line of defense. The shelling does not stop. If we were told that the number of shellings should be counted, we simply would not be able to do it physically. Pavlograd and Sinetsky near Severodonetsk, Komyshuvacha, Shipilivka, Bilogorivka and 5 other settlements of the region also came under enemy fire. During the day in the Luhansk region, the Russian army destroyed 26 houses, as well as shopping center and a shop in Lysychansk. Currently, police, military, rescuers, representatives of the regional military administration and volunteers evacuated civilians from Lysychansk. The situation forced me to leave, because I'm tired of sitting, roughly speaking, under fire. We had a woman killed in the yard and 2 children are now without mother. And we decided to leave here, but we hope to return here. In the Dnipro, we have relatives, the husband's son, and I think we'll call them. God forbid we'll get there. I'm just very worried, and we will stop there. The head of the Luhansk Regional Military Administration, Serhiy Haidai, said that people hiding in bomb shelters were offered to go to safer territory. Volunteers also visit private homes of locals. Let's go! Let's go! Otherwise you will die. I have already seen Sachin Popasna. He buried all the neighbors and then he left. About 30 people, including 3 children, were rescued from Lysychansk this day. Every evacuation is a risk, but we cannot leave our people. While there will be an opportunity, we will take out. The main thing is that people want to save themselves, Serhiy Haidai wrote in his Telegram channel. He also added that currently the evacuation from Severodonetsk is not carried out. There is no possibility to bring food and medicine to the city. This day, the police documented 7 blows of the Russian military on settlements of Donetsk region. There are dead and wounded. 20 civilian objects were destroyed. The enemy aimed at residential buildings and the life support system. Also, the shelling, according to the national police, was at the coke plant and power substation, leaving 335 settlements without electricity. The Donetsk Regional Main Police Department reported that the Russian army fired 2 cluster shells at 2 villages in the Vuhledar community. In Novoukrayinka, 7 private homes were attacked from hurricanes. 2 houses and a shop were attacked in Bogoyavlenka. The current day, a 50-year-old man died when he exploded on an explosive device on a beach in the Odessa region. This was reported by the Operational Command South.
Ця людина загинула.
This man died not at the front, not in production. This man, rest in peace, and once again sincere condolences to all family and friends, died while resting on the beach on the Black Sea coast of Odessa region. The family, despite the ban, came to rest on the coast. While the mother and son were unpacking, the father decided to measure the depth and temperature of the water. An explosion erupted in the water a few minutes later. The man received injuries incompatible with life. As it turned out, the dead man was an immigrant from the Donetsk region. He went swimming with a friend. The comrade was miraculously unharmed.
Зашли в воду искупаться.
He went into the water to swim and swam along the shore, watching the marine life. Then there was an explosion. This day, the Operational Command South reported about another Russian mine which fell from the anchor.
До узбережжя Одещини.
An enemy mine torn down from the anchor was again brought to the coast of Odessa region. It was found in the sea 20 meters from the shore. The mine detonated just in the water, probably because of a collision with another object. An anti-drone rifle company has moved from Kyiv to Ivano-Frankivsk. Devices that block the signal of drones have been created here since the end of March.
Наприклад, я лечу.
For example, I fly, I collect data intelligence, or I look for where some positions are. Now I flew a certain distance. Sergei start working. Yeah, A1, that sounds pretty crap to me. Looks like I can control the drone right now. Yaroslav Filimonov shows how an anti-drone rifle made in Ivano-Frankivsk works. According to the man, in order for the device to block the signal, you need to press a button and aim it at the drone. The rifle can run continuously for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the battery.
Ми працюємо по дрону, який або
We
візуально,
are working on a drone that has either been visually contacted or seen in a thermal imager or night vision device. The distance is about 300-500 meters. If the military has additional equipment, a scanner or radar, they can see the approach of the enemy drone much further and start working at a distance of up to 3.5 kilometers. This company started making anti-drone rifles in Kyiv in 2017, when it was the only one company in Ukraine which created such devices. In early March, due to a full-scale war, production was moved to Ivano-Frankivsk. In 3 weeks, they settled down and started working. Currently, 4 employees of the company from Kyiv and 6 others from Prikarpattia area work here. They make 5 anti-drone rifles a day.
початку активної фази війни.
Since the beginning of the active phase of the war, the number of appeals to us has increased many times over. If before our main customers were only law enforcement agencies, now the main payers for our equipment are charitable foundations and volunteer organizations. Each of the devices is tested for operation on a spectrum analyzer. The quality of the device's radiation is checked. Only then it is packed. Since the beginning of the full-scale war, says Yaroslav Filimonov, the company has reduced the price of anti-drone rifles by $3,000. During this time, they have sold 50 such devices and have orders for another 100.